5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And it's live.
This is Leicester Till I Die TV. Watch and subscribe on YouTube and listen on your podcast platform.
Hey, have you missed us? It's been long enough.
I will love it if we beat them. Love it.
There we go, just for Tom. Gentlemen, welcome back. Good afternoon. I just need to resize one of you. Wayne, thanks for joining us early today. There's the team. Give me your thoughts.
Wayne, I think that was for you.
Is this more the established side that will probably play? I think a lot of these will be probably closely on starting things. And as we've said about some of the guys, have they had conversations with the manager about whether they want to go, or whether, as he said to them, look, you do need to move on. So if you want to, get a move in that, put in a good shift.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out. Your thoughts, Tom?
Well, it's interesting, isn't it? Because I've got marked down no Hermansen, no Ricardo or VK or Mavididi. I'm guessing Ricardo and VK might be injury related, to be honest. But Mavididi's a bit of an odd one, so I don't think there was anything particularly wrong there, Chris. So unless there's something going behind the scenes, but we were expecting Hermansen on the bench in this one as well, and he's not here, which probably seals his fate by all accounts. So I think that's quite interesting. And it's interesting to see, obviously, some of the players come across from the first game as well, and Koulibaly being on the bench, Nelson, Marcel, and Silko Thomas is an interesting one for me as well, Chris. I mean, we talked about Daka in the last game briefly and how if we're going to break through a line on the counter, he might be the man. If he's unaffordable for us, Silko Thomas might be the replacement perhaps for that position.
Yeah, I'm sorry, just repeat, because I was just trying to redo the layout. Sorry, who did you say might be on the way out then?
I'm thinking, I was talking about Daka in the last game, wasn't I? And how he's quite an expensive option, bearing in mind a lot of teams are going to park the bus against us. And it'll take us going 1-0 up for them to open up to use him as a counter-attack. And so I wonder if with Silko, because Silko obviously is very good in a similar way of being quite pacey on the ball and putting shots in. I wonder if Silko's the cheaper equivalent. So I'm intrigued to see him turn up in both games today, Chris, on the bench.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I'm just saying here, Wayne, having not played in the 2-1 victory over Kapota Lviv, Ricardo and Mavididi were expected to be involved at the Mercure Arena, but neither make the squad. Mads Hermansen is also absent again as he continues his recovery. I think that was probably expected. With no Ricardo, it means Aluko starts in the back four. The teenager impressed at centre-back in pre-season, moving back to his usual position at full-back, likely at left-back, which is his preferred, which means, obviously, way James right back.
Which is insane, because Aluko can play right-back, and he started as a right-back, so I don't understand what this shift has come across as, Chris, but maybe they'll swap, maybe they can rotate.
Yeah. Thoughts, Wayne?
Yeah, I really liked Aluko. I mean, when he came on against Peterborough, he looked bright, brilliant. And it's interesting. So when players are not there, you're thinking, what's the reason? Is it because they've got a deal signed up? Or, there's all these sort of questions. But the riches that we've got all over the pitch. And it's quite interesting, really. Last season, we were thinking, oh, my God, Mavididi's not there. We've not got wingers. The midfield is just woeful. Like Tom said, the appetite through the team was really poor. we've got that many players now who are skillful in each position.
Yeah.
Are comfortable playing different positions as well. That's a good thing about this squad we've got. We've got players like JJ, the other JJ, can play in multiple positions, like Tom just mentioned about Aluko on the right and left. It's mind-boggling that we've got this set of players.
It is. Hi to Paul. How are you doing, sir? Now, it just says here, we're told that Mavididi and Ricardo are both at the Mercure Arena to watch today's game, pointing to minor injury concerns. They said they'll let us know more when they have it. Look, if this is another injury concern for Ricardo, as good as he is, let's just get rid of him, Tom. I mean, what the hell do we want these sick... I know we buy players that are injured, but I mean, how often... And it's not just the fact that he's not good when he comes back, he is. How much are we paying him to sort of sit on a hospital bed as a sickie?
Well, the problem is, Chris, would you buy a broken television or would you go buy one that was working? So I think that's a great point, Chris. But the problem is we're going to have to try and sell him. And he's in the final year of his deal, I believe, now, isn't he? So we might end up having just to work with him. Look, the chances are, Chris, he's not going to get offered a new deal no matter what. And I think his time at Leicester is probably going to end, very soon in the next year. But yeah, I get your point there. If we could get some money for him, yeah, that would be a nice situation. But we are still obviously in that process of working out who's going to be what. The nice thing about this is for me is that I've said last season we needed to get some freshness and some fresh mentality in this team because they would seem to be weighed down at times by either Rude or by the negativity or by what had just generally gone on that year. And I think we've accidentally done that by the youth academy coming up and actually putting some good energy into this first team. And I think it's raised them a bit as well. And I think now we've got better questions to answer about players than we do last time, because last year it was like we just need to get rid of this guy. Now it's like, well, we could probably sit him and play Page, we could probably sit him and play Monga. Joseph's look really good, Aluko. So it's a nice problem to have for us, Chris, actually, and it's a credit to Andy King once again who got us to here in the first place.
Would you get rid of him? I mean, I've got to say, but just buy him out of his contract. Is it 75 grand a week Ricardo's on? I mean, if he plays 2 or 3 weeks, what are we paying for him not to be playing? Just buy him out.
Yeah, you have this thing, ain't you, about sick. Now, I think we all love Ricardo, and on his day, even at this age, fit, he's such a good top. He'd play in the Premier League all day long if he stayed fit. But his history, it's all right. You wanting and wishing a player to be fit so he can play to his best. But history doesn't tell you that he's at that place, I think, is... Yeah, so it is really difficult whether you just allow... Well, like Chelsea did it, they had a lot of players go, lost money. I don't know if they can afford to, but these are the players, the 75 grand or 60 grand a week, as Tom mentioned. We've got to get those out the club, really, whether that's letting the contract run down or whatever. And if you've got a history of illness, it's no surprise, actually, that Ricardo, as soon as he came back, he got injured last season, and he's back, looked really good, and he's got a nickel.
Yeah,
that's real worry. I mean, would you sign a player with his injury history and knowing he's just got another nickel?
To be honest with you, I think at his age, I think you'd go to him and offer him a pay-as-you-play.
Yeah, but he's still got a deal at the moment, Chris. Maybe
no, if he's got the deal, but I'm saying if we buy him out, and I just think it might cost us less to buy him out. I mean, is he on 75 grand a week? I think that's what he does, isn't it?
Could be about 80 even, could even be 80. I'll tell you what we could do perhaps as a scenario is loan him out for the year, knowing that he's going to leave at the end of that loan, but then we've kind of washed our hands of him a little bit early. But I mean, the problem is that like Wayne rightly said, I mean, I like Ricky. I think we all like Ricky. I think he's been a superb player for us for many years. And there was 1 or 2 years in particular, I thought he was the best right back in the Premier League. And I mean that before Trent kind of came through and really took over that mantle for Liverpool. And we were doing really well. We were in the top 4, top 5. But yeah, the reality is, if that's where he is, can we maybe persuade a Premier League club to maybe take him on a loan for a year?
We are going to give him, between now and when his contract runs out next June, we are going to give him about £3.7 million.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Now,
we can't afford to write that off now. We can't afford just to pay him now because of PSR.
Can we not, though? If we give him £1 million and say, go, and then we can get, because we're saving on his wages.
It's true, but Chelsea tried this, didn't they? Sorry, Wayne, quickly. And Chelsea obviously got told it would go against their PSR as well, so they couldn't buy out like 30 players they wanted to buy out or something.
Yeah, and also, Chris, I do think, I mean, the whole reason, as you said, why we're in this position where we've not got signings, because logically we had to wait to end Ruud's contract because of PSR. Yeah. Then, obviously, the club have been in negotiations with the AFL. They've obviously thrashed that out. They're doing what they need to do.
We think so. We're not sure, are we?
We're not sure, but I've thought for the last couple of like a month or so, that's what's happening with the lack of activity. And if that's the case, if £1 million is important, and like the new manager's been told, you've got to sell before you buy, maybe it makes logical sense to give him 2 million for them to go on a free to another club to be an attractive off proposition to another club. It does make sense for us financially because we'd save, as you said, £1 3/4 £2 million.
Yeah,
and it's a space for somebody else. That's the other important thing. So if he occupies the squad, luckily though, with the youth, we're so fortunate we've got all these young ones coming through, and they don't officially.
No, if they're under, some of them do because they've gone past that 21-year limit now. But yeah, I'm just thinking, I'm getting to the point now where I'm actually thinking, Ricardo, just fuck off. I just don't want you near our club because you're costing us money, and I'm not saying, that he's falling out with people or he's a pain in the arse or anything like that. He isn't. And when he's on it, he's on it. But I just don't know how we're going to get our money's worth out of him next season. For God's sake, he's played one game and he's fucking knackered again. Do you know what I mean? It's like getting in your car. You've just got back off holiday, so you've had a nice break. You get back in your car, you get to the bottom of the road, and it conks out.
Yeah,
that's what Ricardo is.
I wouldn't actually be against your idea as long as we've actually got these transfer deals done for people like Mads, maybe El Canoes, we get that money and then we can have a look at it. Because I do think at fullback, if Koulibaly stays, we're probably going to be okay anyway. Hamza stays. Hamza looked very good that first game, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
And everyone's saying he's out of position, but I think actually now he's ended up becoming a right back because of his time at Sheffield United. Well, they played him at right back all season. So maybe that's now his new default position, Chris. So I do agree with your logic. I just think, unfortunately, it's hard to call on at the moment because we haven't seen any other moves happen yet until that domino falls.
Well, the other thing as well is that if we want to bring in a lone player, we've got to drop somebody out the squad. True. Because our squad is probably full. Now, that very much looks like Dakova Reed because, there's no sign of him. He's like the Scarlet Pimpernel. They seek him here. They seek him there. Where the fuck is Dakova Reed?
Still in Jamaica.
As long as he's not in the bloody squad. I mean, that is interesting that he has been left out. I'm sorry, using the excuse that he's just come back from Jamaica now is way past it. And please to God, I hope Cifuentes does not think he's going to start him against Fiorentina. But, hiya, Jim. How you doing? I don't know. But, right, Wayne, so the back four is Justin Cody, Vestergaard, and Aluko. I'm all right with 1.5 of those. Aluko, great. I don't think he's let us down. I think he's done a decent job. And again, look, we're looking at a team that finished. Where did they finish? I'll tell you. They finished 17 out of 18 in the Bundesliga. So they have got relegated. They only won 5 games. They lost 17 and they drew 12. But it's still going to be a pretty decent game for us because it is the Bundesliga. We're not talking about, Ukraine now. No disrespect to them. So it is the Bundesliga. It's equivalent of probably playing like an Ipswich or a Southampton or a Burnley, something like that. So it's going to be a good test. What the hell are Vestergaard and Cody still doing in there?
Well, this is interesting. It's like, I think the manager he's like an Enzo. He will clear out the crap because he does like a bargain. He works on a budget and he's used to that. I think that's really good for our team at the moment. But you've got to give everybody a chance. And the thing is with Vestergaard, when he's got like someone like Aluko around him, he will cover his mistakes quite well. But personally, I think Vestergaard, yeah, it's okay saying Vestergaard was okay in the Championship, but that was 2 seasons ago, and he's 2 years older. And he's a guy that can he punch the ball through and do a brilliant pass? Yes, he can. But are there other people in the team, because we've got a lot of more higher technical players as backup, second or third in the position, that can punch the ball through? Yeah, I do think they can, and can run with the ball. So I think Vestergaard's time's numbered, limited. Same with Kodak. I think these young kids, the play, look at Nelson, straight away captain.
Yeah.
Because these kids these older players.
Justin at right back again. That's my half, by the way. That's my half. Because he didn't look bad in the last game.
Justin's the one, Chris. Come on, I've got a lot of love for Justin. I think he's been left out to dry, played out of position. You know, had somebody in front of him who wasn't working. Had to play right back and winger at the same time. And some of the fans got on him. I just think it was unfair. He's a brilliant player. At one stage, on the verge of the England thing, got an injury. And I think Enzo, it was in the Enzo system just doing the save stuff. I think with this manager, that's why we're seeing Justin. We're seeing Justin in the middle of the penalty, on the edge of the penalty box. He never would have done that under Enzo or anybody. So I'm excited. That's why I'm excited about the manager. I think a lot of players like Justin will be playing to the proper potential this season.
As in fairness to you, Tom, they're just showing the lineup now on the screen, and they've got it as a 4-2-1-3, just to mess it up a little bit. But those two holding midfielders, Skip and Winks, we saw them together the other day for most of the game. Again, I mean, you know me, I'm AOBS, anybody but Samari. So I'm happy with Winks and Skip. Thoughts on those two again, Tom?
No, I'm not happy, Chris. I've been saying it for ages. For me, it's one or the other. And I don't see the point in playing them both together because every time they've done it, they've actually recessed the game. It took Page coming on in the earlier pre-season friendly for that midfield to start producing more than just passing the ball sideways or backwards and being a bit of an irritation to me. So, no, I'm not entirely keen on it, but I'm nice to see Page in that. I'm guessing playing as attacking mid because I think he is going to be the guy that's going to make the difference today. I question if this is going to be...
I'm going to come back on to... You've moved on a bit. So I'm going to come back to Skip and Winks, Tom, because you said the other day that you didn't see Winks get forward enough. Skip get forward enough.
Yeah.
And as I said at that point, Winks is the one that goes forward because we know he's got a goal in him, and he likes to go forward. We can't have two defensive midfielders that go forward. And is it not the job of a defensive midfielder to, once he's won the ball, to pass to whoever is free? Now, if there's nobody up front that's free, he's got to pass it maybe to the side or the back. You know, I mean, I don't know whether you remember a certain Ray Wilkins. And he was called the crab because he only ever passed it sideways. No, he was. That was his nickname, the crab. The papers gave it to him. I suppose it was better than Turnip, but he only ever passed it sideways. But as he came out and said ages ago, I don't care where I pass it as long as we keep possession.
This is true, Chris. No, this is true. But the problem is with that argument is that Winks wasn't going forward. So I get your point, but Skip was the one out of the two of them, for my money, that was really actually getting more forward than Winks. So he, in my opinion and my view, was the guy who was meant to be bringing the ball forward, and he was the one of the two of them during the game who had more space in front of him than Winks did because Winks was getting marked more. So I felt there was only once he managed to do it where he managed to go forward with the ball, and there was about 5 or 6 times, Chris, he could have progressed the game forward and failed to do it. And then in the second half, Page comes into the same position, progresses into that space. So I get your point entirely, but for my money, that in that game, Skip was meant to be the one going forward and Winks was not. However, that's part of the problem. If both of them are trying to do the same thing, like they did under Rude, because we were so negative and so afraid because we just didn't want to concede a goal. And once we conceded the goal, we were finished and we couldn't do anything. That creates this conundrum for me. I would still maintain this. I hate seeing Skip and Winks together because I just think they're too similar. And I think that's a big problem. We miss KDH big time. That's what we lack, a box to box.
But if you play, instead of playing Skip, you play Ndidi, who's a defensive midfielder. I mean, you're going to have two defensive midfielders. I think Winks is the one that goes forward. I really do.
No, because Ndidi under Enzo was pushing forward as the box-to-box.
Under Enzo, we're not. Enzo's not our manager anymore.
No,
Tom.
we're playing a similar style of football, Chris, aren't we? Look where Hamza was positioned in the first half. He was right over the halfway line as the right back. So we're playing similar to Enzo now, and that's my point. Skip was not contributing to what the new manager wants to do. I think it's last chance saloon for both of them today. I really do.
Yeah, and also don't forget, Ndidi was playing like an inside right position in some ways, wasn't it?
Mazzala. Yeah, he was playing a Mazzala role.
Yeah.
I mean, look, Page. I think we're all glad Page is in there again. His position is central midfield, no, not defensive midfield. So again, he goes forward. Well, no shit, Sherlock. That's his job. He's not a defensive midfielder. If you're a defensive midfielder, you defend.
Yes, true. But then you see how it worked out when we did that in the first half. I keep going back to this because literally Page showed us this, didn't he, when he played in the game? We can't play two defensive midfielders in the system.
No, I'm not saying I would. That's a fair point. But the thing is, the matter is, we've got the two of them together. Rude played two defensive midfielders. He loved that, rightly or wrongly. I can't remember what Enzo did. Did he have two defensive midfielders? No. So maybe that's the habit we need to get out of.
Ricardo inverting into the middle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is what we've been doing with Thomas and Christensen in the last few games, inverting into the middle as an inverted fullback.
So maybe we need to then start looking at not playing two defensive midfielders.
This goes back to the argument about Soumare we had earlier, doesn't it? And why people like Soumare and some other people don't. Because the idea is Soumare should be the guy to push the ball forward. That's why I say about cattle prod jokes all the time with him, because he wasn't doing it either. And that was my frustration with him. So it's all about systems, Chris, isn't it, right now? We're trying to get back into that more Enzo style of football. And we know it is because that's what we're seeing. And we're seeing, once again, for me, that. And like I say, I just think Skip and Winks together, they both seem to fall into laziness and look for each other to do it. And neither one of them takes accountability. I don't know if Winks is scared, because there's a lot of times last year when he overplayed the ball, or underplayed the ball and put his teammates in trouble. And it kind of shows him up for a man who was signed for so much money on such a high wage of a Tottenham pedigree. I think it makes him look bad.
I think with Winks, for me, he is just not a Premier League player.
Not anymore.
I think he's good at Championship level. He was our player of the season, last time we were here. I don't think he's necessarily a good Premier League player. And you could probably, level the same argument at Skip as well. We miss a KDH type of player, don't we, that goes box to box. And that is not Soumare under any description. No, that could be Page.
Because Soumare is supposed to be a box-to-box box crusher, isn't it? That's what he's supposed to be, because physically in his category he was one on the stats, one of the world's best, but it's not worked out that way. And the old, if you get a good quality midfielder, someone like a Gerrard, Lampard, Roy Keane, Brian Robson, you can get a midfielder, Scholes, that can do both actually. And that's what I think about a couple like Page. You got Jaden Joseph, you got some of these lads who. It's going to be interesting how the manager, because you can have like two in the middle, but one can be in front of the other. You can have an invert, and then you can have one sitting and two, So you've got all different combinations to use. But I think the more modern game, you won't get the guy that literally just sits in front of the back four. I just think it's too static in the modern game, because definitely in the Championship we need fast transition. If we don't transition fast, teams will get back in a bank of 4 and 5, which Enzo did. And one thing, he could not break those teams down in the Championship. He completely failed breaking those teams down.
Exactly.
Now, Wayne, let me stick with you. You've probably got the tissues handy. We've got McAteer on one side and Monger on the other. It's got to get you excited, hasn't it?
Yeah, I love players with whose surname begins with M. I'm so happy McAteer's got his chance. It's great, and the thing is, it's like Tom said. I mean, this stage you won't start seeing consistency from people. So, like the argument about Soumare is, and Ricardo's injury, they're not consistent enough to be part of the team. So with these, it's going to be really interesting, and I do think the manager put like Skip and Vestergaard in, and Winks and Cody, to really finally see what they are made of in compared to the young kids.
Very, very sorry. I'm going to round it up, sorry, because they're about to come out. Tom, very quickly, Fatawu not starting. Do you think that's purely just easing him back into it?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, because you don't want to run him in too quick and then something bad happens. And also, to be fair, Monger has earned his right to start these games at the moment, mate, until someone else dethrones him, in my opinion.
Yes, no, totally. I agree with that. We're going to see the new strip soon, guys.
Hey, here we go. New blue.
I was really. Why didn't they play the second strip this morning? That would have been a brilliant countdown.
I did say in the first game I wondered if they'd do this, but then I did also then say it might be the second kit. But I'm glad to see I was kind of in the right ballpark with it.
I mean, I guess they're doing this way because what everybody's going to be going down for the Fiorentina game and buying it, aren't they?
Yeah, I'm going to buy some of the training wear, Chris. Love it. I love the training wear and that pink kit with the stripe. Stripe is a bit of retro German. You know, the old Adidas. Yeah, I love it.
Yes, yeah. Are you smoking a joint there, Tom?
No, I'm playing Kisses in the Air, mate. That's Bobby Decordova Reed right now with Steve McLaren, I'm sure.
I am going to let you go, guys. The players are out on the pitch. Thank you very much, and I will see you at half-time.
Cheers, guys. Have a good one.
Cheers. Have a good one, you. Right, there we go. So thanks to Wayne, thanks to Tom, and we will see them both at half-time. Full-time, half-time. Whichever it happens to be. So here we go. Let's have a look. I'm trying to look at the kit here. It's blue. And once again, we got blue shorts and blue socks. They're not, why the fuck are they not zooming in? Come on, we're doing the toss-up. Zoom in. I don't want to see the fucking players all over the place. What arse tit is actually in charge of the camera here? Yeah, they know it's got a new blue kit. We can't fucking see what it is, you tosser. No, we're still not going to see it because they're going to put the sides up now. Leicester City, you just sit there and you just wank off. You don't think of anything for the fans at all. You know, we want to see it, and we got this wide-angle shot of of both teams on the pitch. What, who is in charge at Leicester? Stop playing with your fucking dick and sort this out for the fans. We're having a silence. I don't know why this is. Oh yeah, it's for the Austrian school shooting, isn't it? This is in a charity match for them. And there we go. Looking at now they've shown a close up. Looking at the blue shirt, got a white neck, the 3 gold stripes down the side, the badge and the Adidas. Still no kit sponsor on there. Totally honest with you, it's as boring as fuck. Is that the best? Having had a year to come up with it, is that the best they can do? Because it is bloody awful. Well, it's not awful. It's just meh. Totally and utterly. So AU is on the halfway line waiting to kick off. Like playing Southampton at the moment. Yeah, is anybody impressed with that blue shirt? I won't be rushing out to buy it. There we go. Jordan AU gets us underway. Let me know what you think of the blue kit. Hi, James. How you doing? We've had a good pre-season. 100% so far. How about yourself? Thanks a lot, Scott. How are you doing? Justin on the left at the moment. Interesting. Goes all the way back to Stolarczyk, who plays it back out. Skip. Turns on the ball. Moving forward. Plays it out wide. Luka loses the ball. So Skip's on the left and Luka's on the right at the moment. We might see them switch during the game. So Leicester City in their new first kit, blue, and blue, with the 3 gold stripes on and on the shoulders and down the side of the. What are they doing this again for? Down the shorts. Vestergaard going to take the free kick, and he takes the free kick to fucking Stolarczyk, who then boots it upfield, goes straight to a player, but an opposition player, but Leicester kind of get it back, then lose it. What is the point of that with Vestergaard? Somebody tell me, please. So goal kick taken by Vestergaard, and he takes it straight to Stolarczyk. I don't. First corner after 2 minutes goes to Leicester City. Yeah, very happy. When you look at what was available, we managed to avoid. I'd have understood Sean Dyche, but we managed to avoid him. Your ex. Red and white stripe tops at the front for Köln. White shorts, white socks with a bit of red trim on. So Ayew doing the corner. That'll please Tom. Yeah, it's a good corner all the way across. Oh, Vestergaard headed it back in, but it fell to a Köln player, and now they can break. Didn't touch it well there, the Köln player. It hit the Köln player, and it ran off away from him and straight towards Stolarczyk. But yeah, I'm very happy with Cifuentes. I think we actually probably dodged a bullet with Danny Roll, because I think there's going to be more fallout from what's going on at Sheffield Wednesday. Monga now. Winks. Oh. Page gives a foul away. So back to the Köln keeper. Going out from the back here, down to the far wing for Köln. Keeping it well. 3 passes down that wing. A bit of a back heel, and it came off for Köln. Oh, straight through! 1-0. 4 minutes gone. That was too easy. Too easy. Unreal. Unreal. I'm going to put the score up in a second, but as usual, neither the shitty Leicester City website or the shitty Leicester Mercury can keep up with it. Honestly, unreal. 5 minutes in, and they score. We absolutely, honestly, it was pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. And what is even more pathetic is that the pathetic Leicester Mercury and the pathetic Leicester City website have yet to put up the goal scorer. I mean, they scored 2 minutes ago, guys. Unreal. I can't, literally cannot believe that. Tell you what, that was like watching a Ruud van Nistelrooy team there. But I guess that's what you get for playing Vestergaard and Cody, isn't it? And then a poor pass from Vestergaard again gives the ball away. At the moment, Köln have made the better start. Honestly, Vicky, and it was so easy. It literally was Ruud van Nistelrooy defending. So that's obviously something that's not changed from last year. Vestergaard booting it out into the stands. Not liking what I'm seeing in the back line. I mean, the commentator just said it's scrappy. I think that's doing it an injustice. No, that's what I'm saying. We didn't defend well under Ruud van Nistelrooy. That's what that defending reminded me of. Cody lets it go out for a goal kick. Best thing you could probably do, not touching the ball. You could argue we probably just didn't defend at all, Vicky. I get your point if that's what you're saying. So arch it to Skip. Ayew to Winks and back to Ayew. So making a move down this left-hand side with Justin. He plays it back, though. He plays it back. Again, is this sounding familiar? Oh. A ball well over the top, which was a good idea, but Ayew, it was a bit too far ahead of Ayew. It remains 1-0, 10 minutes gone. Playing it around in a nice little triangle. Skip plays it forward, Tom. Page. Oh no, Page couldn't keep it in. This is going to be a tough game for the youngsters that are in the squad. A lovely ball over the top. Chips it across. Oh, what a save! Wow. That was an amazing save. Whether it was a bit of luck or not, I don't know. And they're asking for a penalty. The Köln players are asking for a penalty. They're not going to get one. Have a look at this save again. The number 28 chips it across. Somehow he manages to keep it out. You can't really see whether it's headed at him or he actually makes the save. Anyway, so Leicester throw in with Justin on the near side. Leicester, I'll kick in from right to left, of course. Louis Page boots it upfield. Nobody's there. This might be our comeback down to earth game. They're playing well. Köln puts inside. Cody gets his foot in the way. Oh, that was surely was a foul on Jordan Ayew. Referee's played on again. Monga, 66. Thank God there's only 2 6s there. Oh, beautiful. Oh, couldn't quite find Ayew. Beautiful move by Monga. Kept in here by Köln on this near side. Slim Bob apparently is playing for Köln. I love this. I love these subtitles when we play in foreign teams. Skip. Vestergaard to James. Forward from James Justin. Oh, Monga. Oh, lovely play. Finds Ayew on the side. Anybody supporting Ayew, though? Oh, puts the ball in. Comes back to him. He's got Justin into the box and it's headed clear. Honestly. Monga. What can I say? He's just bloody good. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to keep hold of him. Because there's no way that a big club's not going to come in for him when they can. So Cole coming forward now. Oh, I'll come off Page. Yeah, I think. Oh no, a Luca. Bit of defending for Leicester to do now. It's all Cole at the moment, though. 2-0. And I think this could actually get embarrassing now. But what I've seen of Leicester, we ain't coming back from this. Honestly. Again, so easy. No defence again. And it was a good strike, but we were just standing off him. Oh, so it's going to be a long game, this one. I think the fact that we were feeling rather happy with things, I think has gone out the window. And there's a lot of things gone wrong here. I apologise. I don't know what has happened to the timer. I'm going to try and just reload the timers here, guys. Cody dispossessed again. Just bear with me, please. Let's hope we don't get a third one while I'm doing this. So I'm going to do a bit of defending there. My computer at the moment is doing one. I do apologise, ladies and gentlemen. So Vestergaard to Cody. We did say this was the hardest game we've played so far, so I suppose it shouldn't be a total surprise. So Köln, really, I've got to say, looking the better team. We are looking a little bit shit, I'm afraid. They're just playing around at the moment. They are really treating us like a dog with a toy. McAteer there defending. Oh, Cody getting himself into a little bit of trouble there. So Manson bringing it forward. But yeah, I guess so, Jeff. Sorry, I've just seen that. I guess so. You would hope so. I don't think we did under Ruud van Nistelrooy, though. I don't think we learnt anything from keep losing, other than the fact that we're shit. So I look up and I can see that Köln have the ball again. Does anybody get the feeling? Does everybody get the feeling that this is reminding me a little bit of the Lyon game? So Salarchik with the free kick just outside the box. Headed clear by the German. A good header there by the German defender. Justin passes it to Ayew. Oh, nice turn by Ayew. Oh, Monga, flick on for Justin, just a little, just not hard enough. We've got to be careful with Monga that we don't let him start to believe that, his own publicity, as they say. So, throw-in goes back to Vestergaard. So breaks down again our attack. So good. Köln looking really, really good at the moment. Can I see Leicester getting back into this at the moment? No, I can't. Unfortunately. Not far off the half hour. And I've got to say, Leicester have been awful. This right-hand side again. They're getting plenty of pleasure down this right-hand side, which they shouldn't do because Justin's on the left. Oh, a nice back heel there from the German striker, but it was cut out by Skip. So again down this right-hand side. Get the throw in off a Leicester player. So 27 minutes in. Shots 4 to them, 0 to us. And it's 3 on target. And possession. Well, it's 48-52. It's another Brexit. I don't know how we've got that higher possession rate, to be honest with you. Skip there doing some good defending. That's a free kick to Leicester. AU taken down, not too happy. Winks. Vestergaard. Back to Winks. Back to Vestergaard. Aluko. Sorry, Cody, sorry. Justin. Oh, he pips it straight against the back of a German player there. Dorco, you're so right, mate. You're so right. They're teaching us a lesson here. Oh, Luco! Jeremy Monga now. That was a lovely just one touch. Luco. Monga. Kelowna got numbers back now. We took too long. Just into the edge of the box. Oh! How? Oof. Corner now. Another left. There's that second corner on the far side. Up in the air. Now, our corner and Cologne break. Again, totally on his own on this hire. But it comes back to the right hand side. They're getting so much joy down this right hand side. I mean, it is 2-0, but it's not going to end that way. Long shot. Ooh. That was a good shot. Delarch did die for it quite late. I think he had the net covered though. So Leicester just playing it around at the back at the moment. James Justin goes back to Stolarczyk to Vestergaard. That's how bad it is at the moment. That's a free kick. Ayew doing what Ayew does best and winning us a free kick. We're into the last 15. Still 2-0 and Köln are still very much on top at the moment. Just saying it's become an even affair. I'm not sure about that. We're pressing it around the back. McAteer to Page. Oh, Ayew plays it straight out. What the fuck? We're playing in blue, Ayew. If you got two players moving, don't play the ball between them. Again, coming down this right-hand side. Oh, James Justin heads it out there, stops it going. There was a Köln player lurking on the far side as the ball came over, and it would have fallen to him, but Justin got ahead there and puts it out further. First Köln corner of the game on this near side. Remember, Köln are kicking from left to right. The corner. What can happen here? So yeah, Hannesson will take this. Ayew with a bit of an up and under clearance. Oh. No foul, Mr. Referee. Ayew was pushed over there. Oh, very much. I don't think we've come back into this at all. A throw into Leicester on the far side in our own half. I do think that they are the better side. Got nothing to say. We're just passing it one to the other. Back again. Now it's gone back to Stolarczyk. Welcome back, Ruud van Nistelrooy. Stolarczyk at the moment just playing. You pass to me, and then I'll pass to you, and then you play back pass to me, and then I'll pass to you, and you back pass to me. Oh, Monga. Always rely on Monga. He takes the shot. Whoa. It was a good shot, that, I've got to say. I mean, Monga just absolutely just left the defenders for dead. Ayew with the corner. Oh. We know what James Justin is good at. He just couldn't. Well, I actually came off a. It should have been another corner. It came off a Köln player. Monga on the ball here. You got to say, you got to get excited every time Monga gets the ball. This time he's it's taken off him, but the opposition player puts it out for throw-in. Yes, I think Justin got the header there. It went back from the corner. It went back across the goal, but nobody was there to put the finishing touches. It should have been a corner, I think. Skip. Cody to Vestergaard. Vestergaard to Winks on this left-hand side now. Back to Vestergaard. He'll play it across to Cody. Of course he will. Page. And Aluko couldn't get it past the defender, but it does go out for a throw-in. I'm getting a bad ball from Winks, but the free kick surely there. Yep, another free kick, one for Leicester by guess who? That possibly would have been a yellow card it would have been a yellow card that in a match. Hubert's getting a talking to off the referee. Commentator agreeing with me. In a normal game, that would have been a yellow. Chipped up into the box by Ayew. Cody couldn't get on the end of it. It's headed away. It's back almost to the halfway line. And he's going to go all the fucking way back to Stolarczyk. Köln just probably be happy to play the half out now. Monga, ball given away there by Louis Page. It's still on, and it's a goal. McAteer scores. It's 2-1. McAteer. Ball given away by FC Köln. Monga to Page, who missed. McAteer scored. Monga really has been my man of the match so far. Did we deserve that? Tom and Wayne will tell me. When they join me at half time. Justin gets a yellow card. Oh no, well, it says Orden. They brought up then that it was Ayew. But it wasn't. It was James Justin. Yeah, I mean, Vestergaard probably making the point that it was his first, the guy that went in before with Ayew, he's had 3 or 4. So 28 minutes into injury time. And there it is, half time, ladies and gentlefolk. We will be back. We will be back into talking for the half-time analysis. Tom and Wayne will be joining me, and we'll do that straight after those plants need watering again, and I need another drink. There we go. Welcome back, Ruud van Nistelrooy. How shit was that?
Who are you talking to, Chris? Lead us in.
Anybody that wants to talk to me.
Well, I'll start, mate. I'll start, and I'll say this. I think it's 50-50, and I'll tell you what I don't like and what I do. I don't like Cody and Vestergaard. I think they've been shown up today to not be worthwhile playing for us at all. I don't like Skip and Winks again, because that's the problem. It's in the middle. I think everything on the flanks has been okay. I think there's been a lack of support coming from that middle area, which has caused us problems. And as Wayne knows, I'm getting wound up at seeing a player I wanted us to sign playing for Cologne, who is called Johansson, who is the son of Joey Johnson, who's born in Sutton Coldfield, who cost them £5 million, who's looked incredibly good for them. So, yeah, there's a few things here that kind of annoyed me a little bit, but there is a lot of positives, I think, as well, despite that. I know you're annoyed, but let's not jump the goat too quick here.
Tell me what these positives are, Wayne, because I haven't seen many, apart from, in fairness, the only bright light there is Munger.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised Tom held back quite a bit there. No, we were messaging during the match. I mean, it's really disjointed, to be honest. And Cody, it's like he's not comfortable in a two. He's getting caught out. Vestergaard, they're going straight for the goal, straight through the middle. On a break, they had a break, and unless the pass was too long, they would have scored another one. There's a lack of connectivity in the midfield, the aged midfield and the aged two central defenders down the spine of the team are the cause of it. I've
got to say, 100%. I mean, they're just showing the goal. I mean, 1-0 down after 2 minutes, and you're saying that this isn't Ruud van Nistelrooy in charge. I mean, that defence was absolutely nowhere to be seen. And I've got to say, Tom, Stelarci made a good save. Like you say, their guy just kicked a bit wide. It could be 4-0. And to be honest with you, I don't think, it wouldn't be, unfair to Köln to be 4-0 up.
No, they played very well, Chris. They're obviously a very good football team, for a team that's just got relegated. But I definitely agree with you that the defence is a massive concern for me, because these two have been put together for a reason, I'd imagine. I think Cody's very vocal about what he wants from people around him. But it's all well and good being vocal if you're not leading on the pitch by example. And like Wayne very wisely put there, his best games are coming in the back three with Wolves, alongside Bowley, who was in the best form of his entire career, and alongside maybe people like Dendoncker, who was also playing international football at the time. And those days are long gone for him now. To have an aging centre-back partnership like this, we kind of deserve it. Because really, this just proves what we've said all along about these two and what Wayne was saying pre-match. And that Vestergaard was good 2 years ago in the Championship. For the first goal, Chris, he stopped. And maybe he thought there was an offside trap or something. I don't know. But he stopped and just did nothing.
You played to the whistle.
Yeah, 100%. Exactly. But why did he stop? Why didn't he even try and track back? He just literally didn't look interested or didn't have the energy or whatever it was. But that wound me up after 4 minutes, because that's 4 minutes into a game, Chris. What's he doing? Why isn't he tracking back? Why isn't he following that run? Unbelievably bad. And for a guy that said in a tweet before the start of this season, I'm going to do what's right to get Leicester back in the Premier League. What's right, mate, is to get a transfer. Simple. Sorry, Yannick. Off you go with your dog.
Don't any more, Chris. Whatever you do.
I was holding back. I'm not now, lads.
I put down here 4 minutes 7 seconds, 1-0, pathetic, hot knife through butter, like watching a Ruud van Nistelrooy team. They made a better start and then 2-0 up. Look, tell me about this right wing, because the surprising thing was, and I'll say the right wing for Cologne. The surprising thing is that, Aluko has started on the left. James Justin has started on the left. Aluko has started on the right. Out the two of them, Aluko looks a lot better player. James Justin, to me, looks just sticking back on the left because he's no fucking good on the left today. There is so much space for their right-sided players to get down this side. They've got the freedom of the fucking pitch, Wayne.
Yeah, I think that's the trouble is we all have we all have players we like and don't, and then we produce a narrative to fit that our likes and not. And that's the thing that when you had
you're not working for the United Nations now, don't you?
The reason why is I think JJ is a bit exposed with Monga, and the reason why I think he's exposed with Monga, who's trying to get forward, is the fact that the midfield are not doing the job. So they are leaving gaps. I do like JJ. I think he's all right. I think as a two, I think he needs to change the system or change the personnel, something, because we've got away with it here. I mean, during the match, I said the step up between this and the Lviv side is massive. The physically fit, they'll burst forward on the break. They're technically very good and they're competitive. And this is a really, really good test.
This is probably the hardest test we've faced so far in pre-season. We're lucky that it's only 2-1, Tom, but there needs to be some changes. I mean, I did note a couple of times that Skip actually did pass it forward. I don't know if you probably weren't listening to me.
No, he did, mate. No, he did do very well for that. I agree.
And they've just shown their goal. They're showing ours. Ours came from a mistake by them, so maybe we, not as good as we think we are. But their second goal, again, wow. Where was the defence? But it was a decent strike.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, once again, it's down to what Wayne was saying. I mean, the thing that they've got is that they've got multiple ways they can play. It seems like we've only got one. They can play a long ball and find a player. They can play a short pass and find a player. And I'll have a go at Winks here, mate. Again, the first thing he does in this game after 3 minutes is play a short pass to Page, and he ends up getting fouled, which could have put the guy at risk of an injury as well. I mean, he's passing 5 yards, Chris. 5 yards, and he can't get that pass right. Are you kidding me, mate? What sort of money are you on to do that? It's ridiculous. So those little things, mate, add up to a massive problem for me. And I think, like you say, well, at least we're finding out now, and I think Jeff said it in the chat as I saw, at least we're finding out now who really is going to be a part of this team, because I'm pretty sure our manager has shown so far he's got a bit of nuance to go, I'm not going to like this in my team.
No, let's hope so. I've got to say, look, all I seem to be doing is I'm turning into Wayne number 2 and with praise for Monga. But look, when that mistake was made, probably I was being a little bit unfair, Wayne, calling it a Ruud van Nistelrooy performance. But under Ruud van Nistelrooy, nobody would have been either A, up there, or B, prepared to run to get that loose ball. Monga did both, was unlucky, he'd run out of space, nowhere to go, played the ball to Page, was it? I think who hit it and it came out, and McAteer walloped into the back of the net. The youngsters again. The youngsters are showing the experienced ones how to do it.
Yeah, that's exactly. I made notes on my phone, Chris. Positives from the youngsters, the negatives from the older players.
Yeah.
Monga, that's the thing about Monga. He can do the intelligent pass. And the way he got that ball, he pounced on it. He realised to take the player on was not the right option. So he stepped back. He did a shimmy to buy a bit more time, to wait for Pace to come in. Then he put the ball perfect there for Pace to shoot, and McAteer got the rebound. So it's the intelligence with Monga that is physically strong, and that guy is a disruptor. He's dynamite.
Yes, yeah. I mean, for me, I'm going to say, look, bring. I don't know about bringing Fatawu on, because that's not where I see the problem. Probably bring on Koulibaly and Nelson, because we do need, and I'd take Cody and Vestergaard off, and probably bring a Luco into central defence with Nelson, and then put Koulibaly on the right. That's where our problem is, because when they are coming forward, we are getting totally and utterly ripped apart. I'm going to ask you something, gentlemen. Here we go. We'll have a look at it again at full time, but what do you think of the new kit?
Looks like Chelsea's to me. Every time I look at the team, I literally went, it's like, we're Chelsea. Yeah. I'm like, it's a bit bizarre, isn't it? I mean, I don't dislike it, Chris, but I mean, obviously we're going to have controversy over the sponsor when it turns up on there. But without a sponsor, I kept looking, am I watching Chelsea? It's really odd.
I thought exactly this. I don't know if I said it, but I've got to say, Tom, 1,000,000%. When they were lined up before the kickoff, and I looked down and I thought, am I watching Chelsea here? Quite right. I particularly, all right, that looks better there than it does sort of on the screen. But it has got some decent, it's got pinstripes in, which you could probably a blind man would be glad to see. To be honest with you, would I buy that over the pink one? No, Wayne.
No, I'm having the pink one, definitely. It's funny how we're getting all Chelsea.
Is that a double meaning for something, Wayne?
Stuffs, aren't we?
Yes, exactly. Was that a euphemism for something, Wayne? You having the pink one?
He wishes. Sorry, Wayne. I love you, mate.
Probably black and blue, Chris. But there you go. What can you do?
I'm saying something positive about Aluko here, by the way. Remember when Monga obviously created the chance to get the goal? I was saying Monga's biggest problem is there was no one being brave enough around him because he was creating space for people in that half, and his final balls were excellent. But there was no one like Justin wasn't getting more forward enough, being brave enough, for example. Credit to Aluko because he came entirely across from right back to that side to contribute to the goal. And I tell you what, Chris, I know it's being out of position, but he was taking accountability, wasn't he? Do I see Winks doing it? Do I see Skip doing it? Do I see... No, exactly. And that's a major red flag for me. If I was the manager, I'd be raging at them at halftime. You see, I'm quietly het up about it, but I'd be telling them, you better tell your agents to move on because you are useless.
Yes, yeah. I mean, look, I disagreed with you at the start of the show about Skip and Winks. I thought they did all right, in the last friendly. What I've seen in this friendly so far, I've not been impressed with either of them, really.
No, I think you should be getting a knock at the door or a doorbell chime, Chris, because just delivering your portion of humble pie.
Okay, mate, go through this. I've done it as well. I kept getting JJ's side wrong the other day.
No, look, I mean, I've got to, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Do you know what I mean? And we all know I've given Fazer man of the match. I've given him once, and I'll never be allowed to forget that. But he did all right. Yes, indeed, he did all right earlier on. But I've got to say, you are right. Have I been impressed with those two in this game? No. Do I want to see more of the youth starting against Sheffield Wednesday? Too bloody true, I do, Wayne.
We were too static. So sometimes I looked at the game and they'd got 5 or 6 players deep in their own half, and we got superior numbers. But then within a short passage of 5 or 6 passes, they were committing people forward. They are far more fluid and athletic, and that's what Tom's been crying out for. But that's lack of movement, and that comes from the spine at the back, and the spine in midfield. And we've got the younger players who are dynamic and fast. So let's play them.
Delivery away. The players are back out, mate. We'll see you in the.
I'll scream more custard with your humble pie, Chris.
Oh, it's got to be custard, mate, every time. Bad news, he's still on the pitch. See you later, guys. Thanks very much. Yeah. Right. Are there any changes, I ask? And we're about to kick off. Five changes for Cologne. So 5 changes for Cologne and no changes for Leicester. So we got one back. Can we build on that? Oh, what was it? A chance straight away. So Larchik hurt himself. Oh. Oh. He's down. James is down as well. I hope he's all right. He's walking. Yeah, I think, yeah, well, he obviously is going to go through concussion protocols. Looks like he's okay, and that's good news. He was very brave, Larchik, going in for that. So we start again. Just shaking his head a little bit, Larchik, but I think he's okay, which is the main point. The main point. We're back underway. Very brave of the goalkeeper to go for that. McAteer now takes it down well, brings it inside. No free kick, says the referee. Is he a bit of a homer, this referee? Oh, good defending there by page. And it'll be a corner. That wasn't the one I thought it was. So it's corner, left-hand side. Oh, Stolarczyk is fine. Good goalkeeping there. And he wins a free kick. So obviously Cifuentes thinks we can get back into this game. No, that's not the one either. So Cody and Vestergaard still starting. Cody to Skip. Skip turns, plays it out to the far side to James Justin. It's too much on that for Jeremy Munger. No. $11 changes for Köln at the break. So they've gone for the completely different 11. The goalkeeper doing well there for just saying, Casey McAteer has impressed Cifuentes. He's played well.
This podcast is proud to be part of the TalkSport Fan Network.
TalkSport. Powered by fans.
Got the right one finally. Cifuentes applauding his players. Still 2-1. Oh, Stolarczyk coming out. Again, Köln looking the more dangerous. Not doing anything up front at the moment. Who do you bring on up front, though? When you haven't, you've only got Ayew. Oh, Munger again. Said no free kick, this referee. So the left back for Cologne at the moment. I'm trying to force a mistake out of the defender, but they've read it way up over the halfway line on this side. And some good overlapping play here by the Cologne players. Manager's making some, he's pointing at something for Cologne. Plays it into a, oh, he was open, totally open there. Attacking is still too easy. Leicester just playing it around at the back. Cody looking for something to do. He'll just do what he always does, passes it over to Vestergaard, who will then do his Atlas game and pass it back to him. This time he plays it out to Aluko. Page into Page, and Page turns well. Now we're getting moved. See, once we get into the youngsters, we seem to be able to move it forward. Oh, Monga took a shot, but well, it wasn't. I think it was more of a chip into the box. It was a little bit too hard. But is it again there? The youngsters that are causing the problems. Are we expecting too much too soon, everybody? You know, we're literally asked less than 2 weeks into the new manager's reign. Racketeer goes down, holding his ankle. So the players are back at Seagrave on Monday. Dead leg, I think, there. Cifuentes and Calm having a chat in the manager's area. 1-2 there, didn't quite come off for Luca. And then another wayward shot. They're adding these shots up, but the last couple of Cologne shots are high. Slowly coming forward, Leicester. Oh, now a chip over to the far side to Monga, who can't keep it in. Just puts his hand up in an acknowledgement, but just a bit too high for him. It's back with their goalkeeper now. Leicester trying to close the keeper down. We're forcing them to play it out from the back, Leicester. Closing their defenders down. Ayew cutting out the back pass to the goalkeeper. But again, all the space in the world down this side, this left-hand side. Racketeer conceding the free kick. I think it should have gone either way, that. Jeff, how are you doing, mate? How are you doing? So on the far side now. Oh, shot by Cologne, but it was straight down Stolarczyk's throat. An easy enough save for him. 60 minutes gone, half an hour left. It's a high ball up and over. I know it's headed back to the goalkeeper by the number 2 for Cologne. It's no, it's not. It can't be. It cannot be. I don't believe it. In their goal, one Ron Robert Zieler. Oh my God! I didn't know he was still good. I didn't know he was still alive. If I'm honest with you, bloody hell! Jesus Christ! It's back to him again. The only thing I remember, I think about him, he was in goal when we conceded 5 in the Champions League. I doubt there's anybody still at Leicester that was there when he was there. Down the side, Cody has it covered, gives it to Stolarczyk, who boots it up and high into the clouds. It gets the halfway line, but it falls back for Cologne again. You dare blow your whistle for that, Mr. Referee. Now that deserves... Oh, all right, plays advantage that time. Aluko. McAteer. Cody. Into the middle of the park. Winks on the ball. Short pass. Vestergaard gets it off Justin. Oh, Monga kept it in. He found Justin, but it was a bit of a... Again, not the best of passes from Winks, I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, difficult for Monga to control. The fact that he got it to Winks was... got it to Justin was amazing, but Justin couldn't control it the way it came at him. It's a high ball, and it will get out to that right wing for Köln after a header. It was a good movement. Can they finish it off? Maybe the moment's gone, but no, it's still with Köln on the edge of the box. Being forced back now by Luca. Now, cut out by a Leicester player, but it's still with the German side. Going to cross the ball in now, but too close to Stolarczyk, jumps up and easily taken. We're past the 60-minute mark and no changes. Cody to Vestergaard at the back. Back to Cody. Now he plays a long ball forward. McAteer can't control it though. No foul. You're all right, Mr. Referee. And Luca doesn't control it, and it ends up back with Cody. Well, could be making some about to make a substitution. We're going to see some substitutions now. So Page is off. Fatawu comes on. This makes sense, just easing him back into the games. And Vestergaard is off. And Nelson comes on. Booze with Vestergaard coming off. It was his German links of Vestergaard. That will explain it. Now, Cologne breaking down this left-hand side. Skip's coming back to cover. Gets a foot in. Well done, Skip. Oh, Fatawu just about beats. And then it's a free kick. Fatawu pulls the ball inside. Apparently he played for Cologne's big rivals, and as the commentators just said, football fans never forget. No, we're like elephants. Oh, lovely ball. Fatawu took it down, skipped the challenge. Still got the ball on this side now. Oh, gets a corner. The German player was holding him off a bit. So he's going to get a bit of a longer play here than he did against ZTE. Ron Robert Zieler, come on, mate. You were never good for Leicester. Ayew with the corner. On this near side. Into the box. Oh! It went through from Skip. It's on the far side, though. Can they get it back in the box? Winks does. Cleared out. Skip does it back to the goalkeeper. That was done. Not Skip did all right there. Ayew. Oh, try to do too much. Try to do too much then. Try to prove he was Messi and he isn't. But that's going to go back to the Larchik who boots it out. Maluko doing well. Skip. Fatawu. No, it is a Leicester throw, Mr. Cologne player. I'm guessing the Fiorentina game isn't going to be on YouTube. It's about 16 games away, and 16. Well, it is 16 days. I saw it come up earlier. 16 days until we take on Sheffield Wednesday. Doing a sterling job with QPR. Fairness, he did turn it round. They were dead and buried in Cifuentes' first season when he came in. Ainsworth had been the manager, Gary Ainsworth, and he was struggling. So Nelson plays twice. It does, James. But then we've had the women's one, haven't we? It doesn't seem these days like there's a gap during the summer. There's always something. We've had the Club World Cup, which I've not watched any of, if I'm honest with you. Couldn't give a shit about it. Monga now. Justin. Oh. Out-muscled, I think. It's a goal kick. At the moment, Leicester don't look like scoring. And I'm hoping that's going to be the commentator's curse, and it means that we will. No, you're right. James. I watched the highlights of the. Well, I watched the 3 goals that Chelsea scored. So fair play to Chelsea for winning it. They're in it. They won it. Well done. Yeah, I think you're. I've been saying that, Jeff. I agree with you. Oh. Oh, blocked there. Blocked from Winks. But they're still coming on. Leicester defending well with Ben Nelson, but it does look a little bit desperate defending. Like I say, I look at this and I cannot see us scoring at the moment. And we are heading towards our first defeat. So we've got a change now. Monga goes off. Jeremy Monga is off. And Silko Thomas is on. I can't believe that we haven't scored past Sealer yet. Oh, this is going to be it. No. Oh, that should have been 3. It should have been 3-1. It was dragged wide. Similar to Daka in the other game. But Daka obviously put the ball in the net. Now Cifuentes, 15 minutes off facing his first. So looks like at the moment it's still what's the word I'm looking for? I mean, this just seemed Cologne just seemed to be happy to play out. Oh, they're coming away. Nelson didn't do well there. Oh, Cody stood firm, and then a free kick to Leicester. If we get if we do get a point from, well, I say a point, we're not going to get a point, are we? It's a friendly. If we do get a draw from this, I've got to say I don't think it will particularly be well deserved. So Ayew in this corner gets the ball across. Oh, doesn't quite fall for a Leicester player. Ayew, well done. Ayew's won it back again. And he runs to the line, gets a chip crossed in. Oh, Silko Thomas. Oh, unlucky. Well, that was a good move. I just said, didn't I? I couldn't say scoring. Now the Tara's trying there. Give him fair play, fair play. Since coming on in the second half, he's been on since kick-off, mate. There's a free kick to Leicester anyway. Well done, Jordan Ayew, earning us that. Floated into the... Oh, it's too much on that. No, and he goes out all the way out for a throw in. That was too high and too hard. 10 minutes. I've got to say, watching this, Ben Nelson in the plans for the start of the season? I think he is. Cologne come away down the far side. Winks is back, trying to cover. There's a player way out on this right-hand side. Fatawu gets it with the outside of his foot. He plays it forward. And off. Oh, Robert Zieler doing fairly well there, in fairness. Oh, well done, Aluko there. Not an awful lot he could do. There was a pass back to the goalkeeper, but it was being watched. Managed to get a goal kick out of it, so well done to the young lad. Oh, yeah, Jeff, right. McAteer back to Nelson, to Cody. Cody with the long ball over the top. Oh, Fatawu took that well there. Or a tablet, as the people. Oh, and then he can't control it. He goes out. But apparently, Fatawu in subtitle mode is a tablet. I think we should actually get all these players' names down and see what they come out to in subtitle mode. So Ronald Ziegler, Robert Ziegler, even I always wanted to call him Ronald, and he was a bit of a clown, wasn't he? But here come Cologne on the far side. James trying to cut off the pass inside. Sticks with him. He has forced him back a little bit though. Oh, now they're free. Oh, and then it's a kick over the board, over the top. So many of them. We've got so many youngsters coming through, James. I think the leading one is going to be Monga, and then also Nelson. Nelson's going to be starting, I'm sure, against Sheffield Wednesday. And look, you start your best. You don't keep your best players on the bench just in case. You start with your best players. Aluko there, the Luca, as it says on the subtitles. Cody. Skip. They can spell that one right. They get Skip. Ayu. Beaten by the Germans though. Coming forward into the last 6 minutes. Can Leicester do an England's women's? On this left-hand side. Oh, Skip. As penalty. Skip's giving away a penalty. So, Skip's giving away a penalty. Have a look at this again. Oh, he never touched the ball. He went for it, but he didn't touch the ball, so it is a penalty. It's a stone wall penalty. Kainz is going to take the penalty. So Marcel and Joseph coming on for AU and McAteer. And it's a penalty about to be taken. It's going to be, I say, Florian Kainz. He's missed it! Oh. Scored on the rebound. Where was the Leicester defenders? No, he put it. He didn't put it to the side. And that's it. Game over. Are we still to see some action though? Batteroo. And it's a free kick. He's looking good, is Fatahou. Yeah, all the best, James. Thank you very much. Have a good weekend, buddy. So Fatahou with this free kick. Both hands go up in the air. There's a decoy run, but good header away by the German defenders. Although it was the striker that did it, apparently. But he was defending. Fatahou couldn't control the ball, but it's put out of play by Cologne. Skip, who conceded the penalty. Cody couldn't quite get to Aluko as a free kick to Cologne. So we're looking at our first defeat. And I have to say, they were the better team. I'm guessing there will be some injury time because, of course, Stolarczyk's injury. Goalkeeper out to defender for Cologne. Down this right-hand side. Oh, they got away with that one, Cologne, but they still got control in the middle, and that's the time up. Don't think they're going to be telling us how many minutes. Heinz or Hint, whichever way, straight in, and it's straight into Stolarczyk. They made a good save with the penalty, but the ball went straight back towards the player, a bit like against for Chloe Kelly. Now, a lot of defenders getting back there. Fatawu just jogging up. Come on. I mean, I was very disappointed there. He was just jogging up as if there's 3 Leicester players, 7 German defenders, and he's kind of like he's been taking lessons off Samari. Oh. Yeah. Full time. So that's it. Our first defence. A bit of a biased referee for me. What do you think? 5 minutes. Gonna go and get a drink, and we'll be back.
This is the Leicester Till I Die Watchalong show. Join in the chat and don't forget to subscribe.
Got what we deserve, gentlemen. Tom?
Yeah, a little bit, mate. But I mean, I think Jeff made a very good point there before he left the chat there, and he's right. I mean, he's going to learn more from a defeat now than he is a victory almost. And it was the highest quality opponent we faced so far. The question for me now is he going to put 4 + 4 together and get 8? Or, you know, and so far I think he's done that because we've shown a lot of signs today of where the problems are. And I think so far he's dealt with them along the way. But this is the biggest challenge so far to deal with those problems, right?
Indeed. Has Jeff gone to bed?
Yeah, he says it's nearly 1 a.m. here.
1 a.m. Maybe he's on a promise.
Maybe he's a lovely boy.
We'll see. Look, I don't want to keep saying this, but I'm going to have to, Wayne. When Mongo went off, and I've just written it down now, my last line here, I worry how we play with no Mongo. It's like coming up against, and I'm going to quote Sean Locke here, it's like coming up against a dinosaur that's had all its teeth taken out. we are toothless without Mongo.
We are, Chris. That's a concern. But look, Leicester City football team is bigger than Mongo. Let's just get this clear, Chris.
Well, I do wonder sometimes with the way, but no, I know what you're saying. But let's go back a few years. I mean, was Leicester better when Weller was playing? Was Leicester better when Tielemans was playing at the start, not at the end of his career? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? These players make a difference. And I said in the second half, I could not see Leicester City scoring. And I think I said that. I mean, Mongo went off. When did he go off? On the 74th minute.
Yeah.
You know, and that was it. I just could not see where there was a goal coming from. And you know what? We never got a goal. So, like I say, I am kind of building your part up here, Wayne. But if Mongo doesn't start against Sheffield Wednesday, we're going to be asking questions.
Yeah, and I was pulling your leg really, Chris. Yeah, that's definitely true. And I think those players you've mentioned, it's like the Tissier or certain people that just sprinkle with stardust, and Mongo is that kind of player that even when the team is a bit static and not really is it playing as a team and developing attacks, then he's somebody that can get something out of nothing, which is that's okay. And I love Mongo, and he's got the potential to be world class, and he's definitely on that trajectory. But you don't want a side that just purely relies on Mongo, because what if you get it's like Fatawu? Basically, I think if we'd have had Fatawu last season, we would have stayed in the Premier League. I think it would have given us another 6, 7, 8 points. And that's the difference with Mongo. But you don't want your team to purely rely.
No, you don't. But then you want your team to have somebody that's going to come in and step up and fill the boots. And I don't think we have at the moment. Look, straight after kickoff, Tom, they broke through. Justin went down, and so did Salarchik. And I am thinking, oh my God! You know, we've got this far with no major, and I say major injuries, a la Fofana, and thank God he was all right.
Yeah, I was the same. I was literally going, oh no, the way they're holding his neck there, I'm like, this is not what we want to see. Bear in mind, we're probably relying on this guy to be our number one goalkeeper to start the season. Otherwise, Begovic coming in, whoever it's going to be, is going to have to catch up a lot of work, right? So, yeah, I mean, I agree with that, Chris. It was quite worrying. And I think it shows you, I mean, look, we said before the game, they are a Bundesliga 2 team. But the reality is that they are a very good side. I said to Wayne jokingly, I know I'm betting on to win the Bundesliga 2 this year because they looked a very good unit. And there's questions for me, Chris, just briefly, and we won't get into this otherwise. I do think we need a target man to come off the bench like we used to have with Uloa, because we seem to lack anything apart from plan A right now. So a plan B to have a ball where you could play it to a long ball out, win that ball down to someone like Monga would be helpful when we get in these situations. There was times we were overrun, Chris, and we had no way out.
I don't remember us signing anybody called Uloa. I remember we had a player called Ujoa.
Is that what he was called? I thought it was Uloa.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got it wrong. Oh, my word. Sorry. My apologies. My pronunciation is terrible.
In fairness, I'm being very facetious because it was spelled Uloa, but it was pronounced Ujoa.
Okay, my apologies, everyone. Yeah, I did. I'm a Murray Walker fan, as you know, Chris.
Hey, Clibo, how you doing? Did you get to see it? Are you at work? I think you said you were on a late today. I'm not sure. If you want to pop in, you're more than welcome, Clibo. Just stick it in the chat there. And Derek says, yeah. Cifuentes now knows how bad Vestergaard and Cody are. Manny.
One thing I'd like you to do, Chris, if we talk about Skip, I'd like to have a little bit on Skip actually and Winks because it's.
No, you can do. I mean, let's go for it then. I mean, look, if you watch the whole show, Manny, because I know you're obviously doing other things with BTG, so I understand you're not here for the full show. But I did say, was it at half time? That I wasn't overly impressed with either Skip or Winks. And, I mean, both myself and Wayne were saying that, the youngsters were the ones that were creating the chances and getting us out the shit. It was the older ones that weren't creating chances and putting us in that shit. So, no, I don't think Skip had a very good game at all. I could see what he was trying to do with the penalty, in fairness to him. But he didn't quite get his touch, on the ball, and it was a clear penalty. But go on, Wayne. Don't hurt me too much. I've been very nice about Monga.
Yeah, no, like Manny's, he's winding people up. We never said, even Tom says Skip and Winks, we don't want them in the side. Yeah, so basically, when you got like someone like Mavididi, for instance, and this will ruffle Manny's feathers. So when Mavididi was playing on the wing and we'd lost Fatu, I actually did something. I Googled winger, the definition of winger on Google, and it's told you what a winger was. And thinking, well, Mavididi doesn't do much of that. And here's the definition. During the match, I Googled the definition of a midfielder. And I used to play central midfielder with my brother, linking the defence and attack, controlling the game's tempo and maintaining possession. So breaking up attacks, protecting the defence, winning back possession, controlling possession, creating chances, supporting the attack, dictating the tempo. Did Skip or Winks do any of those things during this match? Absolutely not.
No, and look, you can like a player and you can say how good he is, but then you've also got to admit when they aren't playing very well. As indeed, we were saying about Thomas and Christensen the other day. It was a penalty, though, wasn't it, Wayne?
Yeah, crazy to be that's like a rookie error to make that tackle. That's something that seasoned professionals. Some of the decisions that these guys like Vestergaard, Cody, Winks, and Skip are making are just, you're thinking they've had like a memory loss or something. It's like they forgot the basics of football, and that's why I did look at midfielders. So the idea of midfielders, you link defence and attack, you break things up. It's just all people on a Saturday or Sunday park, mates playing on the park. It's it's not rocket science. It's a basic of football. And to get two players that can't do it, and the ironic thing is, what made it look even worse is the fact that FC Köln did those things very well. So it was a complete paradox to two sides.
Yeah. There was a gap, wasn't there? An obvious gap between us and them. And I know you could have said, well, they're starting their season before we do, but we're only 16 days off starting our season. And when you look at the two games today, Tom, I was more impressed with the first 11 than the second 11.
Yeah, I mean, you can also argue the level of the team we're facing as well, Chris. Of course, you're not to go too devil's advocate here too early, but yeah, no, I mean that's 100% where we are, and this is the downside. What we've been speaking about since we were relegated, all the way back when we were relegated. It's like, let's get on with it. Let's get some things happening here, so we're not going to end up having to catch up. And now we're in a position where we're 16, 14 days, whatever it is, away from the new season, and we're still stuck with players like Winks and Skip, who, quite frankly, I never want to see to play for Leicester ever again, and that goes for both of them. And I don't mean one of them. We keep one of them. We're going to have to probably, because no one's going to want to buy these guys, are they? I mean, Skip with that tackle, mate. There must have been an injury or something that's happened to him, because he looks like an old man. He looks like an old man struggling to keep up with the modern game. And Winks is passing, like I said in the first half. I mean, I don't understand how you can be that bad at passing and be a central midfielder. It's taken Page, it's taken Aluko taking more accountability for us to score a goal today. And I'm at that point where I'm just like, I don't want to see them play for Leicester again, mate. I've had enough of it. And we might be stuck with them. But hopefully Marty, because so far I think he's made some good changes here and there, will get the idea of, like, these guys can't play. We can't play these guys. We're better off going for blooming, Page and Soumare, Page and Ndidi if he's still...
No, not Soumare.
Yeah. We are, mate. I'm sorry.
No.
Soumare's lazy, but he won't do the things that blooming Winks has done.
Excuse me. You are going to have one of these, Tom. You're going to get one of these.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
I'm sorry, you do not come on here and say that Soumare...
You can't defend Skip and Winks anymore, Chris. I'm sorry, you can't. They've been terrible for a long time, leaving them off for enough.
No. Look, what did I say at half time? I haven't defended them. They were awful today. I am agreeing. But then Soumare is awful every fucking time he puts on the Leicester shirt.
The problem is we can't sell 4 of them, can we? I'd like to get rid of 4 of them, but then we're going to have no one at all. So we're going to have to settle for one of them. And I don't like Winks and Skip any more than I do Soumare.
To be honest with you, I would sell all 4 of them, give it to the youngsters, give them a season to bed in, because we may well get a points deduction anyway. So it may strike, no, it may not go up. And I'm not even replying to Manny anymore. He's just well, he's either doing that, or he's doing that. I'm not sure which, to be honest with you.
Or Soumare's just appointed him as his agent.
I think that's more likely it. But Golding did get some game time before, but again, I mean, look, you got to trust in your new manager. We could go, why isn't this player? Why isn't that player? Wayne, I'm going to say to you, because you talk sense, I'm going to say to you, I'm going to say to you, Wayne, one player that I will put money on now starting against Sheffield Wednesday is Ben Nelson.
Yeah, quality. The good thing is this manager is not stupid and he's not stuck in his ways. He doesn't seem to be from his past and how he's done things so far, like Tom said. And I think he's just really now he's been able to have a good look. This step up was a couple of divisions from who we played before. And Nelson is quality. He reminds me of John Stones. It just reminds me of young John Stones. He's skillful on the ball. He does he'll go up there for a header. I can imagine him scoring a few goals next season, actually. And yeah, he's where the brightness is. The difficulty for the manager is how does he place all these players in a side that is going to established side, really. So that's what his tough decisions to drop these people. Yeah, Rude hadn't got the bollocks to do it. But I do think Marty has got the bollocks to do it. And just another thing on Skip, one thing I noticed, I made some time looking at Skip, what he was doing when the play was going on around him. And when our defence came out with the ball, he was in between 4. He had 4 players, but he was just stood in between 2 players. He could have gone into the middle of those 4 players and took an easy pass. He just doesn't look around, and he doesn't look around to get in space. And I'm not being funny. All the lads I play football, all up and down the county, all up and down the country, we all know how to get into a bit of space to get a pass and move on a 5-a-side, 7-a-side, 11-a-side pitch. It's just basic, and he's not like Winks and Skip, Soumare, Samarin, Vestergaard and Coda, they are not doing the very basics of football. Yeah.
Did you include Samari, or did you give out?
Get them out.
Look, I would be more than happy, if we were starting against Sheffield Wednesday with the majority of youngsters in there. I really, really would. And you can't say that Stolarczyk is a youngster anymore because he's now experienced. He's had the Premier League. The thing I noticed, and I did get a bit bored in the second half, but apparently, according to the subtitles, Fatawu is a tablet.
What?
I mean, it was funny with the German names because the subtitles just couldn't keep up with them. But Fatawu was coming up as a tablet, which just tickled me, my sense of humour. See what, though? At the end, this was in the 90th minute, and please don't tell me that it was because poor lad was tired. We had we had the chance down the left-hand side. The German team came back, Cologne, and flooded the defence. I think there were 7 defenders, and we had, including the guy on the ball, 3 strikers. And Fatawu, when I looked at him, was like, well, he was doing his best impression of Soumaré. He was like, and he had. You look at the Germans, right? And when they broke, and this was the thing that I don't get. Notices for Leicester over so many seasons is that, let's say the Germans were coming down the right hand side, there would be a left back or somebody from Cologne coming down the left side, their left. Nobody in our box was picking them up. Not until the ball goes over that they actually turn around to follow the ball and pick the player up. Why wasn't Fatawu doing that?
Well, you're picking on one moment and 1 or 2 moments,
mate. I am picking on one moment. That's my job to pick on one moment.
Well, no, exactly, mate. No, I get. Hey, look, I get what you're saying, right? There was other times he actually did run around and actually did contribute a bit, but I get your point. Yeah, I mean, I think all this comes back to last season and removing this hangover of what has been negative football, negative ideas, an uninspiring manager who's not been able to push the players to, play in a productively forward manner, to find space, to take personal accountability with that football, which, as we can see, is still rampant, and we'll go back to it with Winks and Skip in particular. No accountability. I'll get my pass rate up. Even Winks is struggling to do that now because he's so terrible. But, this is the point of how we're going to progress forward. And I think today was that entire image for me of like, right, we now definitely know that these guys can't do it. And I do wonder if Marty picked this team today, especially with Vestergaard and Cody as the back two, to kind of show them up intentionally, because I imagine they've both got big mouths, they've both got big ideas about what they think, because Cody stands there doing all this, but the reality is he's only played well in the back three, and then he can have all the talk in the world because he's got 2 players looking after him all the time, right? So I think he's all well and good, but if you don't lead by example with your feet rather than running your mouth, then eventually other players are going to look at you and going to go, I'm not listening to you, mate. And that's a disconnect in our football club. We've got to reconnect now. So yeah, I'm frustrated to still see one of these 2 guys around. That's my annoyance with the club for not getting their arse in gear earlier. Because if Marty had been in a month ago, perhaps they'd be gone by now and we'd be looking in a bit of a better shape. Maybe we could have bought that Johansson chap who was playing for them today, who was available for about £5 million. We could have paid that if we'd sold 50 million quid's worth of players by now who don't want to be here, right? So that's another frustration. But I will say this, is like I say, it's up to Marty next what happens next. If he doesn't have the balls to drop these guys because of the money they're on, then he's going to walk himself into trouble. That's simple. They've got to go.
Look, I tell you what, mate, will you get off that fence and say what you really think?
I'm usually quite nice, Chris, but it has wound me up today seeing them do it again, because I'm like, this is a redemption arc potential story for you. As we talked about with Samari in the past, Daka earlier was a little bit more better, wasn't he? We actually saw him score a good goal. And I'm just thinking, like, do these guys not want to be here? Is it literally that? Would I go as a manager to them, take them in the offers and go, you obviously don't want to be here. Do I need to get John Rudkin to call up the Saudi League and see if we can get you a nice holiday for a year or maybe a little bit more money? Because we could probably say, well, Yannick Vestergaard is a Danish international defender. Why wouldn't you want him in the Saudi League on X amount of money? And then we can get 5 million quid for the bloke. I mean, that's another problem with the club, isn't it? Is anyone making those phone calls? Is anyone trying to get rid of these guys? Or are we just going, well, we might not get anything for them, so we're stuck with them on these wages? Come on, everyone's got to wake up. The whole connectivity of it's got to get better.
Who knows? I've got to say, Manny, good point that.
I'm just reading the book while waiting for Tom to finish.
Well, if you're going to read a book, read Ruud van Nistelrooy, player to manager, or whatever it was that you got as a Christmas.
I used it to wipe. I took the dog for a walk up the park. I used it to wipe its arse.
Oh dear. Manny says beg Ndidi to stay. Out of all of them, Manny, I would have Ndidi over any of them. Derek says Samori isn't good enough either. 100% Derek. And Richard says the spine has no power or pace. Look, I'm looking down that. Like you say, there was 2 games on the same day with 2 different teams. Nelson, having played in both games, has surely got to be a starter in that defence. Now, I'm looking at that team, Wayne, and I'm going to list these players now. Cody Winks. Ayew probably didn't have his best game, but yeah, Cody Winks, Kip Vestergaard, all need to go, don't they?
I would have the exception of Ayew. I know he's slow.
No, I did say Ayew was probably okay, just had an off game, yeah.
Because interestingly, a few of these players have played on both the games, haven't they? And Ayew's one of them. And I think, like Tom said, he should be taking our set pieces, our corners, not just because of that one went in on the back post.
Ayew didn't play this morning, did he?
Didn't he play this morning? No.
Daka played this morning. Your favourite.
Rewind that, Chris. Rewind.
Double Daka. You remember Double Daka?
That's right. Yeah, but I do think Ayew is tidy with the ball. He has got quick feet for his age.
Yeah.
And he does try and play one. In fact, when he plays 1-2s, one of the players that doesn't come back, he gets frustrated and annoyed. I
will admit it was. I did say probably not him. He didn't have his best game today, but Justin Cody, Skip Vestergaard, and not Justin. Sorry, Cody Winks, Skip Vestergaard. Just clear them out. Clear them out.
And the thing is, it's like anything. So if you come across, sometimes when you play, you come across somebody, all of a sudden somebody starts playing and he's a lot younger than you, a lot quicker, you think, shit. You know what I mean? And you chase him out, and then I've got to get fitter. I've got to get fitter. I've got to get quicker. I've got to react quicker. And they can produce a good reaction in you. And I think what's interesting, so when these young kids first came along, we're like, oh my God, Monga, then thinking, well, hang on, there's like JJ, new JJ. There's all these other players, and you're thinking, bloody hell, there's quite a few. And then you're thinking, oh, yeah, they're quite good. And then as the game's progressing, you're thinking, well, actually, no, a lot of these are championship ready. And then you look at the older players, and you're thinking, well, so are they stepping up their game? And are the young ones pushing them? And I don't think they are able. I think they've been too comfortable. And then when a real challenge comes along, they are not up to the task. I don't think they're quick enough. They're not physically enough. And also, they're not competitive enough.
Totally. Manny agrees with us. Cody Winks, Skip, and Vestergaard all have to go. He's not said about Samori, but all high earners.
The problem is we can't get rid of them all, right? So one of them's going to have to stay. We can't replace all of them. And I actually agree. Sumare, even though he's not great, tell him to stand in the middle and tackle for people, and then that will do. But he's the best of a bad bunch. Or put Faze in there, like I said earlier, controversially.
I'd say give it a go. We've got nothing to lose.
Yeah, nothing to lose.
Yeah.
He's all right going forward with the ball as well. And he's got a long shot on him. And we don't even need him to do that. We need him to win the ball. And actually, he's got a decent pass on him. So why not?
And as well, if Faz gets sold, Chris, you'll have to find a new prop for your show, wouldn't you?
I will. I'll have to have a shave, won't I? Look, had Stolarczyk got hurt, and thank God he didn't, I mean, we're talking about, Berkovic, and we're talking about Ilias, is it, from Leeds? When there in front of us this afternoon was an ex-Leicester player that we might have been able to talk into coming back, Ron Robert Zieler. I mean, who remembers him? Nobody.
No, I do. I was just going to say, I think that was for you, Wayne, wasn't it? Or was it for me?
I was just waiting for one of you to say, yes, I remember.
He didn't play very well for us, Chris, but luckily he didn't play it wasn't for as long as Danny Ward to get a bad reputation, right? But
I only remember him one game, and that was the 5-0 drubbing in the Champions League. Yeah. Now, look, like I'm likely to say, and sometimes strikers as well, when they're not effective as a striker, can be a little bit more effective as an attacking midfielder. Let's start him in the middle. Let's utilise him that way. I think if we let Faze go, and I think he wants to go. If we let Vestergaard go, we let Cody go. We've got Nelson, a Coley, a Luco. We're not exactly. We've got Suter hopefully coming back in December. We're not exactly short on there at all. And it's the same with the midfield. Are we? If we do lose if we do lose Winks, Skip, Damari, Stroke, Ndidi, we've got a lot of youngsters in those areas, Wayne.
Yeah, and they're on a lot less money, and that's the thing. The wages has not been able to get rid of players. Because if it's true about Cody at Rangers, I mean that is a terrible attitude. But also the fact that it's not only the wages which makes it hard to move them on, it's the fact that the wages on and that effect on PSR. So for us to let's hope that they've sorted out with the AFL and PSR is finished. But if we don't get rid of these high earners that are really not, as a business, you can't invest that much money and get no return from that investment. So we need to get the wages gone off the books.
Yeah, indeed. Manny, I'll message you afterwards. I've got a question for you. Wayne and Tom, if you can both stay on, and I'll just have a quick chat with both of you. But thanks very much, guys, for keeping me company. Wasn't it better having a break in the middle?
Yeah.
No. What about man of the match, Chris? Who's your man of the match?
Well, it's a fair point.
Do you want me to go first?
I'll go first.
Go on, do it.
I don't want to look at Wayne when I say this. I tell you what, I'm going to do this. I am going to have to do this while I announce it. My man of the match is Jeremy Monga, because I think when he went off, we weren't half as good. There we go. Got away with it. I don't think he heard me.
My man of the match is Monga.
Yeah. I think we're going to have a 3 out of 3 here.
Yeah, Monga, every aspect of his game is quality.
Tony Smith says, Cody looked our best midfield outlet.
Yeah, but he can't defend, which doesn't help, does it?
No. When you're a defender, you're supposed to do your main job, really, aren't you? Guys, like I say, still, thank you very, very much. Wayne, I'll see you on Sunday. We're doing we're going to be watching the women. And I don't mean that, in a sort of voyeurism sort of mode, although it's up to you, I guess. But we will be watching England versus Spain, a rerun of the World Cup final. And I have to say, I am really worried about that because the Spanish women look very, very good. And we look a bit like we're riding our luck a little bit, and it might have run out. Guys, thank you very much. Remember, like the video, share it if you want to, click that notification bell, but most of all, please do subscribe to the channel. Guys, it's been a long day. Thank you very much. I'm off to get pissed, and I'll see you all over the weekend. I can't even find what I want to find. Here we go. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for watching. These videos are tremendous. You better like them too, or I'll be back.
This podcast is proud to be part of the TalkSport Fan Network.
TalkSport. Powered by fans.
That will conclude this evening's entertainment.